SkyDieRay looking for players for a new campaign at a convenient time of day for my time zone. Google their display name and see their Reddit comment history. Hey everybody, I couldn't find a comment for the intro today, and welcome to another DnDMemes video. How are you guys doing? Having a wonderful day today. Before jumping into it, I want to quickly kindly ask if you want to take a second to smash the like button. It only takes a moment and helps out, and I appreciate it, so thanks so much for that. And yeah, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video. Seems like most people don't really find this an issue. What do you think? In the next Unearthed Arcana containing playtest materials for 1D&D, we are presenting a replacement for the term race. That new term is species. D&D veterans. Makes sense from a taxonomy perspective. D&D newbies. Neat. Doesn't really change much, but it's appreciated. And then D&D internet trolls. How long until Wizards of the Coast declares all players racist? Confiscate your campaign notes? And you are banned because you drew Nazi for work art of other PCs and shared it online without consent? How long? Jesus Christ, it's not even that big of a change, and I don't know about taxonomy, I'm not an expert on that, but if it makes sense, I honestly don't see an issue with this at all. And even if it didn't, if it, makes a lot of people more comfortable with it, why not? I don't like grappling. So heroes, you come to my lair. Prepare to grapple the necromancer. My class feature means I get advantage on grapple checks. I wrap my hand around his mouth so he can't cast any spells. Not exactly what they said, but I think the sentiment is there. Me, the DM, maybe it would be a nice idea to name your party. My players. Why would we name our party? Lots of players give their parties a name. Lots of I never thought about naming our party when playing, I think. I'm gonna incorporate the sword in my next campaign. The Sword of Summoning Ducks. Uncommon, 1d6 slashing damage. This sword has 3 charges. As an action, you can expend 1 charge to summon d6 ducks. Regains 3 charges per day. Friendly reminder that if things get uncomfortable, you can always tell your players no. The lesbian player. I wanna flirt with the cute NPC. Me, a male DM. That feels weird, but I'll allow it. I never thought the Artificer's class features would ever incite an argument over cultural appropriation, quote unquote. The party's elven wizard, furious and insulted by the desecration, quote-unquote, of a cultural relic, and the level 14 orc artificer who successfully attuned to the Moonblade. Am I gonna regret if I ask why that's considered desecration and cultural appropriation? Also, a fun way to get around the forbidden spell preventing specific race from entering. Party. We cast Scroll of Protection from Undead to keep Strahd out. DM. Okay, Strahd casts Nistul's magic aura to be treated as humanoid and enters anyway. Hello, fellow humanoids. Terrified screams, Jesus Christ. Okay, that is a workaround that I guess a couple DMs and a couple players probably shouldn't know about. This is what I think about whenever I see someone tell a martial player to just be creative. Player, can I light my sword on fire? DM, no, that's not a rule. Okay, so what if I try to knock over that bookcase over there, trapping the bandit underneath? No, that's not a rule. Can I aim for the weak parts of the monster, like stabbing it in the eye? No, that's not a rule. So what can I do to be creative, quote unquote? You can describe your attacks slightly differently every turn. Yeah, no, that's that's what victory looks like, sure. Fear the Siren's Call. A new D&D player discovering the existence of tiefling bards. They warned me the devil would be attractive. I'm not sure how so many people miss the point this hard. Does anyone else get uncomfortable when a fantasy race resembles a racist stereotype? It's probably not intentional, but... Oh, hold on, you're comparing orcs to black people? You think black people are like orcs? Dude, that's racist to say that. To my knowledge, this spell has had its school changed more than any other. Advanced D&D. Cure light wounds, necromancy. Yeah, that makes sense. D&D 5th edition. Cure wounds is a 1st level evocation. Yeah, I can see that. 3rd edition and Pathfinder. Cure light wounds is a conjuration healing. What the fuck? Which game is this for you? The premise, the role-playing, both good, but then the mechanics. Like most PC games that I play nowadays because I don't find enjoyment in any of them anymore. Yeah, that's probably the answer I would go for. Oh, that's why. Who thinks caster bias can be fixed with 6 to 8 encounters per long rest? Who wants to run or play a 6 to 8 encounters per long rest game? Yeah, literally nobody. That's like literally the biggest issue with that, fix, quote unquote, the problem. We can even be generous and round up. Wizards aren't unbalanced, just run 6 to 8 encounters a day. If most people have 3 to 4 encounters a day, can we remove half of the wizard spell slots instead? I mean... couldn't we balance it by doing, you know, by buffing marshals instead of instead of this? I feel like that would be the preferred solution by most people. This was literally my first thought. Do not merely ask if the pubes of a fire genasi are also fire. Jesus Christ, why is this? This started off really well, I guess. Ask yourself if it is necessary or not to use lube while having with a water genasi. Yeah, asking the real questions, I guess. Well, I'm pretty sure it's necessary to use it while you know, with a earth genasi. Also, I'm not sure how it would work with a fire genasi. Anyway, this is getting to the point where I want to just move on. Disclaimer, I can't actually speak the language. The cleric just cast command. Panic. He's only got one word. Calm. We're German. Panic overload, okay. Foiled again a pox upon my sesquipedalian cautiousness. You cast command, but the guard is unaffected. No, he failed the will save, so he has to obey me. Only if he can understand what you are saying. Of course he understands what I'm saying, we both speak common. A random guard isn't going to know what obamulate means. Okay, it means to walk about or to wander, and it's an archaic word? Yeah, alright. Also, Jesus Christ, like, you know how when you Google words and followed by meaning on Google, you get the Google thing from Oxford Dictionary or whatever, like telling you the meaning and reading and a lot of things about it, right? Yeah, when I look for obamulate, Google tells me that I'm wrong and to search instead for emasculate meaning. Her intelligence score is 5, which coincidentally is the number of pieces the goblin is in. The party, looking at the pile of gore where a goblin used to be, and my beast barbarian echo knight monk multiclass attacking 9 times with advantage in a single turn at level 10 with no feats. It only takes a month to level up from peasant to demigod. It only takes a month to get to level 20. That's impossible. Check the player's handbook. There's a suggested daily XP budget by level. I ran the numbers and it takes 36 days. Jesse, what the f*** are you talking about? Oh wow, that's a mistake on the player's handbook. Jesus Christ. I mean, I guess that's basically min-maxing leveling up, right? I guess, I don't know, but it's a suggested method. It makes sense though, kind of, right? Because D&D suggests that you have 6 to 8 encounters a day. Yeah, I don't know. Also, dragon hordes aren't taxed. Did you know? Despite making up just 1% of the population, adventurers hoard 32% of the wealth. Well, the D&D economy is busted in a lot of ways, but this is a similarity to the real world, and honestly, we should give this one credit for you know, realism. And like the dragon hordes not being taxed could also be a parallel to the to the world we live in right now. Anyway, turns out I was busy that time of day after all. SkyDieRay looking for players for a new campaign at a convenient time of day for my time zone. Google their display name and see their Reddit comment history. I'm not gonna ask details, but yeah, this is just I hope it's not common. I hope it's, I don't know. I think this was relevant weeks ago, but I only thought of it now. I use Mage Hand to give the bandit testicular torsion. You can only use Mage Hand on small objects. A silly rule. Conversations with the 6-year-old DM. Me. What are you up to? DM. Changing rules. Which one this time? No one should get a disadvantage when shooting a bow at a prone giant. That is silly. One of my favorite spells, Ruin. Cleric UA just dropped. And spiritual weapon is a concentration now. Is that bad? I don't know. I don't play cleric, but this seems bad, so yeah, sorry for clerics all around the world, I guess. Prayers and thoughts and prayers. No matter how hard you try, the dwarves will still be racist. What are the elves and dwarves' views on D&D's changes to race? Elves. I think it's great that Wizards of the Coast is becoming more inclusive. Dwarves. Type A also. Knife your leaf lovers, ruining our racism. Over my dead body will they make us forgive elves. They also have to buy special underwear. If a fire genasi has flames on their head instead of normal hair, does the same thing apply to their pubes? Who the f starts a conversation like that? I just sat down. Yeah, this is pretty much my reaction when I read the previous one with the fire genasi lube thing. Anyway. When you run a multiplanar campaign, 3 minotaurs walk into a bar. They share no languages and thus cannot communicate with each other. Not all servants of the gods are created equally. Celestial warlocks. Stop giving me your toughest battles. You're my best soldier. Zealot barbarians. Give me harder battles. What the f? Why? D20 tests succeed on 20 and fail on 1. Or D20 tests can't auto-succeed or fail. At least 60% of the 1D&D survey respondents. Pressing the red button. Good! Good! I like that. I don't care. I like that option, that idea. Yeah, no, I'm all for this, for pressing the red button here. The dangers of playing a high charisma character. DM. I know you rolled high on your persuasion check, but what do you actually say? Maybe it could be stormy out today, just a little bit. Playing with a DM who doesn't keep track of minutiae like weather, it's a thumbs up. And playing with a DM who doesn't keep track of minutiae like weather when you're a druid with cold lightning. That's a thumbs up, but with it's a very sad thumbs up, Jesus. No, I can... You should talk with him about it, I mean, that's kind of relevant for you, so... apparently it's pronounced minutiae, I think. So before you go into the comments, correct me, yeah, anyway. I'm 99% sure that this is completely wrong, but I have no idea how to debunk it. My reaction when a friend tells me they can use a bag of holding and multiple glyphs of wording to make a nuke because the extra dimensional space doesn't move and the entrance does. I mean, you can always just say no, you know, if you're the DM. At any point, regardless of the rules or rules as written or rules as intended or anything, you are allowed to say no. And also I think on the scale of things, IRL science is below the legitimacy of rules inside the rulebook, either way. I'm trying to say by that, if you're, you know, allowed to say no to rules in the rulebook, you are definitely allowed to say no to other stuff. Some campaigns end with a hostile takeover. Player talking to the DM. This will be our last session. Also, DM's plan is bikini, goblins, and question marks. Since I've decided that I'm the DM now, that's a terrible idea. You find yourself in a poorly lit tavern. And he's the one taking notes now, I guess. Unexpected subclass situation. Your pet is smarter than you are. 35-year-old paladin with 10 intelligence and 1-year-old bronze dragon with 12 intelligence. Okay. I think it would be cool if more spells had reaction versions of themselves. It would make combat more interesting and wizards less squishy. I think it would be cool if more spells could be used as a reaction, like summoning a wall of dirt to stop bolts of lightning. Can you please stop trying to buff wizards? As if they're not strong enough, yeah. Look how they massacred my boy. Spiritual weapon, a 2nd level evocation spell, divine. Yeah, that makes sense. Casting time bonus action, range 60 feet and components VNS. Yeah, I can see that. Duration, concentration up to 1 minute. What the fuck? Double standards match? When I say it's okay to have interspecies but when Wizards of the Coast says it's okay to have interspecies yeah, that's when it's allowed, okay. While I prefer the simplified rules of 5th edition, I do feel it kinda lost some of its actually terrifying monsters. 5th edition monster lore and 3rd edition monster lore. Okay, I don't actually know, but considering how this looks, I don't want to go into details about it. Alright, on that note, that's gonna be it for today's video. So thanks so much for watching, I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like if you did and subscribe for more if you haven't already. Also, thank you to everyone supporting the channel on Patreon as well as on YouTube. I appreciate a lot, so thanks so much for those. Links below if you want to check them out, as well as links to the social media, Discord, server, and everything else. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, I'll see you next time. Have a great day, bye!